Welcome, everybody, to a very exciting and highly produced episode of VFX and Chill. I am Hashi, and right over there, taking a little sip of his drink, is Seth Worley, the one and only.
The one and
we
only.
also have hidden in the background here a lovely fan to all the Adobe. What do we call a Adobe crowd? Do they have an official name?
The Adobe brothers.
Adobe brothers
and sisters. This is not workshop.
Sheeple. They're called sheeple.
Well, welcome.
Wait, you didn't finish the introduction. Who is that you're talking about?
Oh, who am I talking about? That, as the name tag would imply, is Michael. Michael Zalapsky, also known as the Great Zalam on all the lovely socials. And the three of us are here to talk about visual effects because we love them, but we also want to chill out a little bit. You know what? We should call the show something related to those two items, and then I think that we would have something on our hands. Anyway, Seth, how was your week?
My week was good. I, for the first time ever, finally allowed myself to explore the world of After Effects scripting, and I've been super into like expressions and using After Effects as an app for a long time. And
you're not a programmer the last time I checked, though.
I'm not, but I learned stuff to do stuff.
To do stuff.
I learned stuff to do stuff. So like when if I have a website that I want to look better, and I Google a lot until I learn exactly how to use HTML or JavaScript exactly to the point that I need to do exactly the things that I want to try and do. Now, I was able to build something really fun this week. In fact, why don't I just show you real quick? I was able to build this little panel here called Whirly Scripts that allows me to hit a button that it has everything that I try and do regularly throughout my workflow. I can create a show or prep project for whatever show is that week. It'll save to our Dropbox folder, specifically to the directory it should go. I don't even have to tell it what date it is. It'll figure out what show is coming up next and make the project file for that. I can import stuff straight from our footage folder. I can create guide LUTs with certain LUTs I have to use regularly when I'm working with log footage. And then I've got little things like the stabilize button that'll put warp stabilizer on something, but set it only to position and stabilize only, and other various settings that I tend to go in and manually set it to. And I can version up a project file just by clicking this, and it'll save a new one, but it'll also change the name of the comp to be whatever version that's supposed to be to save my render down the road when I forget to rename stuff.
Now, I notice you don't have a sift through fonts for 40 minutes button on here.
No, because no machine can replace that. No process can replace the human mind ability to waste time in that way. So that's what I've been doing this week. Subsequently, I've gotten no work done. I've literally just built the infrastructure for my work, and at the expense of my actual work, which is something that is not new.
The infrastructure is an important part of the work.
It's an important part of procrastination. I agree. What about you, Hosh? What you been doing this week?
What have I been doing this week? What haven't I been doing this week, Seth? Well, actually, I have been playing around, as one does, with figuring out how to expand my scripting skills as well. Utilizing a handy...
I left that out. That was literally my plan, was to segue us into our day by saying that main part of my process this week. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Do it. You earned it.
So there's this person online named Chad Goodapa. Chad, maybe?
It's Chad. Chad
Goodapa that just has made so much time for me this week, which is really cool. They know a lot. They're available via chat, but it's like chat through a website, which is really weird because it like reminds me of like old like chat room days or whatever. So it's a little bit weird that I can't just like call them up or something like that. But this Chad has been giving me all sorts of information whenever I ask pretty much any question, which is really cool. Really, really cool.
Really cool. And I've got a live shot of Chad right here.
I might be pronouncing his name.
It's Chad.
Wrong.
Chad Geppett. We are so funny. Write a funny joke about.
Well, Seth and I are aware that
It's one weakness, is humor. I literally can put in here. I can have extensive conversations about script, about After Effects scripts, Apple scripts, any kind of like scripting stuff, and it will help me work through my problem. But if you say make it funnier for anything you ask it to write, well, okay. One, like I had it write an email for me at one point, and I kept saying, make it weirder, until finally it made the subject line, it's time to get weird. It doesn't handle humor well. However, Hashi, you broke a new barrier with it this week, and I'm kind of wondering if it's appropriate to share with our audience.
Depends. Are you talking about the thing I shared with people yesterday?
Did you share it yesterday, the red one?
Wait, I don't know what we're talking about now.
Well, there was one where you said, make it more irreverent.
Oh, my goodness. I decided to ask, by the way, today's theme is obviously artificial intelligence and how that impacts
blah, blah,
our
blah, blah,
industry specifically, blah, 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 blah.
And we're going to, in a few minutes, we're going to do some time challenges. We're going to ask ChatGPT to give us prompts.
Precisely.
And we'll do those. But
yeah, so ChatGPT, if you're out there, you probably already know what it is if you're a viewer of this show. But it is GTP3 was a crazy artificial intelligence build that was designed to like read the whole internet from 2021 and before. And the result is this amazing language model that is really good at intuiting what question you're asking, and it regurgitates answers of all sorts, and it can give very specific ones, like I want to make an After Effects script that has a button that says import footage that always goes to the same folder or something like that, and it'll bizarrely make something like that for you.
We don't need to discount the human work that was done on this. It was recently revealed this week that a huge amount of people in Africa were hired to help ChatGPT produce good results and not horrifyingly offensive results.
Well, thank you, people.
A big thank you. This is all, it is a game changer, and I reserve that phrase and don't say it often. But I would say that the widespread availability of this language model is a very interesting time. Seth and I have been interested in figuring out what to do with it, and one of our thoughts was we'll have it give us some silly prompts for the show.
The chat is wondering if we're going to talk about the sledgehammer video.
Oh, I'm happy to talk about the sledgehammer video. I will, in fact, in the background here, I'm going to load up that After Effects file.
Do it. So I'm going to read real quick Hashi's. Hashi, your prompt was, I've got what it first gave you, and then I'll scroll down and keep it.
Oh my gosh.
But what was your prompt for this? You asked for some visual effects shots.
Yeah, so I said, list like 10 suggestions for comedic visual effects shots that would have ruined the famous movie they were from. And I figured that's an understandable prompt for a computer. Like it might know what some silly things are, and it might be able to quickly pull what some famous movies, especially movies famous for their visual effects, are.
Right.
So let's see. Seth, could you read some of those?
Number one, in the Shawshank Redemption, during the scene where Andy escapes from prison, a giant inflatable ball suddenly appears and bounces Andy around the yard. In The Godfather, during the iconic horse head scene, the horse's head suddenly turns into a giant rubber chicken head. In Titanic, during the famous I'm the King of the World scene, Leonardo DiCaprio's character suddenly turns into a giant penguin. Okay.
There's a lot of suddenly turns into.
Yes, there is.
Here.
Seems to be it's what would ruin things.
So Hashi then said, could you make these a little more irreverent and adult? And now I'm going to go back to this screen and I'm just going to read, censoring some of what it gave back, which was a giant block of red text.
Well, no, the funniest part was watching it type this out, get to the bottom, and then suddenly highlight it in red and say like, oh God, this may
It suddenly catches itself. Like, it's like, I'm sorry about my brother. I should have prepared you for him.
It typed it out like it was a, oh my goodness.
So it said, sure, here are some comedic visual effects shots that would ruin famous movie scenes with more irreverent and adult themes. In The Shawshank Redemption, during the scene where Andy escapes from prison, a giant inflatable stripper pole suddenly appears and Andy starts dancing around it. In The Godfather, during the iconic horse head scene, the horse's head suddenly turns into a giant rubber stand-in object for a fairly important object.
Piece of male anatomy, yes.
Yeah. In Titanic, during the famous I'm the King of the World scene, Leonardo DiCaprio's character suddenly turns into a giant penis. So it really just pulled no punches whatsoever. Like, and proved that ChatGPT is kind of a sleazebag. Like, and what I loved about it was very prepared for this. Like, this is a big block of text that it just like, sure, I got it. No one asked me this stuff.
Those were the ones that we can meaningfully repeat on air, by the way.
Yes, it gets way worse.
They get worse. Like, they get specific and
I mean, I think your comment to me was, good Lord. And then my response to it is, Jesus Christ. Like, it shocked both of us, and it takes a lot. And I went for it. It was like in Arrested Development when everyone's like, everyone's bashing the mom, and Buster's there, and Buster's like, and Buster joins in. They just bleep all of it, and everyone is disturbed. ChatGPT is like Buster.
It really
were all of the inappropriate ones. This suddenly turns into that.
Every single one.
Every single one had people and things just randomly turning into people and things.
Pippi Pop in the chat was wondering.
Pippi Pop, we got answers for you, and they're 5 seconds back in the stream. So let's real quick watch that. Look at that cool After Effects. You got the project file open, Hosh? The thing you made this week.
I do. Let's see here. And here we go. So I released this week. I'm actually going to play a larger section of it than.
So awesome. I think I can't hear you, Hosh. I think you muted yourself. Hashi, I can't hear you, pal.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Not even a little.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder if my thing.
You're back.
Is my music trying to come through?
You're back. I didn't hear anything coming from you, but. Oh yeah. If you're playing music, Skype is probably turning everything off.
Let me go mute my After Effects here. If I talk now, can everyone still hear me?
We can hear you now.
So yes, this is a famous music video called Sledgehammer. And I was curious to see if I could tell ChatGPT, if I could tell a stable diffusion model that I had trained to replace Peter Gabriel with me or Seth. And here are the results, which is pretty interesting. So different than something like a deepfake, what this is trying to do is learn what Seth and I look like in an art-based model, so like how to paint our faces, and then how to take inspiration from an existing source and paint us in that style, like one of its French girls.
Yes, and one of those French girls for me is Al Franken, apparently.
Al Franken. And the models are interesting, and the results are pretty wild. They're clearly reminiscent of the music video, but I'm actually doing some trickery here, which I can describe now. So the actual results from the great frame right here.
It just works.
It just works.
Indistinguishable from reality.
So the actual music video looks like this. There's some cool, it's all stop motion, very very amazing effort to do, and so I thought that it would be a fun style to mimic or play with. And the
jeez,
I don't think I shared this with either of you.
Good Lord, nope. When did you train Voldemort?
Our Raptors model, which let me see if I can.
Yeah, that one's got two mouths.
Did I put this together as a comparison? Oh yeah, here we go. So here you could compare, so you can see or imagine more what this thing is doing. I was trying to teach the computer to paint velociraptors, and based on that, I said, try to paint a frame that looks like this and that, somewhere in between. And you kind of have a slider for how much it looks like your model and how much it is preserving any of the compositional detail from here. So I got this very interesting result that every now and then gives me a bizarre and interesting velociraptor, and in the meantime gives me some very creepy other results. But every frame is this, in this case, was a different seed of this velociraptor this computer model trying to learn how to paint a velociraptor based on images that we trained it with, which is a fascinating thing. Like, look at this section of the video. It interpreted the hands coming, or it interpreted these two like stop motion fish as probably claws of a velociraptor coming into frame, and so it actually like animated hands and gave it this context that made sense to it, which is just
it thought it was a plausible thing. Freaky Chillweather has noticed that Stable Diffusion seems to add 30 pounds to Seth, but not to Hashi. And I think the reason is...
That's actually what I really look like?
No, I think it's because it's ChatGPT, or Stable Diffusion, like all AI things, is biased based on its sources, and it knows that white people are fat.
It also is trained only on like a series of shots that are just straight on of me. Hashi has this database.
If you're curious, it turns out that if you're training a Stable Diffusion model of your own, go smaller in general. I tried to give it, do a small variety of pictures of yourself in a bunch of different contexts, like different lighting scenarios, if you have a specific face or expression of yours that you're hoping to end up in these things, you should make that expression because it'll learn how to do that. It's not like a deep fake model where it really wants millions of samples of every side and everything like that. And that was my error going into this, and how I ended up with some very bizarre models of myself. Let me see if I can share the training data for Seth, for example. So here's what we've got. So not very many images.
I'd love it if there were pictures in here that I didn't know you had from like family photos.
So we've got
right now.
Several from the Whelm Yourself video from Red Giant, several from your Kickstarter videos. I figured that these are all scenarios where you were filming yourself, and so
and where I was also, well, that's every scenario, but also where I was at my thinnest and most stylish and best glasses. So say goodbye to this Seth. He was a short-lived phenomenon. Happens once every thousands of years. Someone else talk. I'm done.
I do. One of the other exciting things about the training process when I was training this to do me was that my glasses line up with my eyebrow a lot of the time, and I could tell that it had some difficulty with that, which gave me these very angry expressions a lot of the time. And I was like, oh, I didn't take any pictures with my eyebrows up above my glasses frame. And so I really quickly did. I took like 3 or 4 pictures and added that to the training data. Problem is, like, when inspiration strikes, you never know where you'll be. I probably getting ready for a shower or something like that. And so they're just selfies of my head, but it was clear that I wasn't wearing a shirt. And so the training data gave me back tons of shirtless Hashis, which is
my normal go-to prompt in any AI generator.
So really cool. But so let me show you an example of what actually directly came back from Stable Diffusion, which are these frames. So let me see if I can compare them to the original video in some way. Let's see, where is... Okay, so here's Sledge Hashi, and we also have Seth Hammer, or 2 things. So Stable Diffusion repainted the entire frame every time. So if I step through this, it's not actually making railroad tracks and a little train. It's painting things that are reminiscent of those shapes. And it's not doing the same background, but it's doing something
kind of lends itself to the style of the video anyway.
It's really cool. And the bizarre thing is that it was a different thing on every frame. Like, this is like the inside of a colorful vending machine, but in this, like, that frame is this weird, like, paper cutout collage thing. This is like seashells and stuff taped around. And so the actual return that it gave me was more than just the face. In the end, I did an After Effects, like, track where the face is and put a big feathered mask there so the music video would be preserved. But
was it able to track where the face was?
It was, actually.
That's awesome.
It did a pretty good job for...
I'm so scared of what's going to happen here as you scroll through these. I
know.
If there are going to be thousands of shirtless Hashis.
Somewhere in here. Oh, yeah, here's
Jim Carrey.
Jim Hammer.
Actually, it looks like...
Now, this one is actually specifically using a deep fake model. And it looks great. It's amazing how well this style actually lends itself to having the faces replaced.
Jason Murphy says that it's crazy. They were also generating a lot of shirtless Hashi pics all week. And Christopher Veranos says, if you're brave, release the CKPT of yourself to the world. And Pippi Pop points out that the AI might have mistaken Seth's goatee for a jowl line.
Ah.
I don't even have a goatee, but it thinks I'm Tom Green. This Tom Cruise one is awesome.
He's just so happy. It
really is.
These are the frames where I couldn't recognize a face because it's getting obscured or painted over or something like that.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
so cool.
We've spent a good half hour talking about the bizarre things that are coming out in the world of generative art and generative scripting and programming and the like. And it puts people, all these fellow creatives in a weird spot where we know that, time was one of our big crunches before, and the ability to iterate on things and expand and explore stuff. And we're at this weird stage where now all work that existed on the internet was also being stolen and chewed up and spit out in bizarre ways through these models. And it's fascinating because none of the work is literally being stolen, but how do I phrase this? The computer is literally generating everything, but it's gotten really good at copying direct things that it saw lots of. So it's pretty amazing. So Seth, how do you want to get into this show?
Well, I figure we should do it the way we do anything. We've done anything this week. We should ask ChatGPT to do it for us.
See, so you've asked ChatGPT, tell us what to do on the show today. We don't want to do work. Do it all for us. And it responded in your best ChatGPT voice, Seth.
I'm sorry, but as a language model, I am not able to produce a show or do work for you. I can, however, give you suggestions for things you can do on your own. Some options it could be watching a movie, reading a book, going for a walk, trying a new recipe, calling a friend, or finding a new hobby to try.
Interesting. Those are very broad, though.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try a new recipe today. So welcome to VFX and Grill. We're going to be... No, that's actually a thing we did. How should I phrase this? Give us some ideas of... Okay, hang on. Give me some options for visual effects to try... Visual effects shots to try and accomplish in under 10 minutes. That work?
I like it.
Here are a few options for visual effects shots that can potentially be accomplished in under 10 minutes. Chroma key. I'm going to talk in my voice. This technique is commonly... Okay. No.
Chroma keying, rotoscoping.
It's just giving us actual tasks to try. No, we're not teaching.
We're talking about specific shots.
Okay.
And if a giant inflatable chicken head is one of its answers, I think that it just has too shallow a well of humor. Apparently, there's no good jokes on the internet. No good way to film.
Take some classic visual effects shots from cinematic history and give them a twist. I didn't phrase this right. Give us some prompts for visual effects shots to try and accomplish in under 10 minutes. Take inspiration from some classic visual effects shots from cinematic history, but give them a fun and interesting twist.
Ooh, fun and interesting. That's better than funny.
Exclamation point.
Ooh.
Just have fun. Exclamation point.
I see that.
Sure.
Let's see.
Hobbytastic wants you to make a realistic neon sign.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Here's. Can you create a realistic neon sign? Seth, well, that's baking over there. You're welcome.
Yeah, falling through the looking glass. Take inspiration from the iconic mirror scene in The Matrix and have a character fall through a mirror or reflective surface into an alternate reality. You've done
that's
that.
A good suggestion.
All right.
Superhero landing. Take inspiration from the iconic landing shots of Superman and other superheroes and have a character fly in and land in a dramatic and dynamic way in a cityscape setting. I've done a tutorial for that. Time warp. Take inspiration from the iconic time travel sequence in Back to the Future and have a character travel through time, possibly showing different eras or historical events in the background. Kind of done that.
That sounds like a Red Giant short we've done.
Mm-hmm. Take inspiration from classic science fiction films and have a fleet of alien ships descend upon a city, possibly with a twist like having them be friendly and peaceful instead of hostile. Yeah. That sounds like a great VFX note. Can we make the aliens friendly and basically a story note? Magical transformation. Take inspiration from classic fairy tales and fantasy films. Have a character transform into an animal or an enchanted creature. Should I tell it to get more specific? No.
How about specific? They need to be one shot, like 1 5-second shot.
Right.
That way,
an idea.
It's a sweeping tone poem about the future or something.
Fraser Woodhouse is wondering if you could share the stable diffusion model and key settings you used to generate the cool stuff you showed earlier.
Sure. I'll have to load that up. Let's see. I do know that running my stable diffusion on
it's telling me how to do it.
But they've got it the wrong way around. You should film them sunny and add the rain, not film it with rain and add the sunny.
I know. It's wrong, but it's like,
AI
hey,
is so confidently wrong. So
I know.
Much time.
So it really is human. Yeah, rainy day. A shot of someone walking on the street while it's raining heavily, but suddenly the raindrops stop falling and the person is standing in the middle of a sunny day. Well, that's something you can accomplish with stock footage.
We did do a cool... Hashi did a cool make a guy in a wintry scene a few episodes back.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do?
Give me another one.
I started saying, like, give me 10, which I think probably just exhausts this poor...
Well, you made a joke. You're like, it's cute that it types, but like it knows immediately, right? Ghostly apparition.
The typing is a lovely affectation.
A shot of a room or an interior
You think
space.
that makes people less afraid of it?
I guess so. Suddenly a ghostly figure appears and disappears in a flash. It makes me more afraid of it because it makes me think of like Sphere or I know 2001 he's talking, but a ghostly figure appears and disappears in a flash, create an eerie and spooky atmosphere.
That could be unique. That's noteworthy.
Give me a weirder one.
Ooh.
Reverse gravity. Someone or something falling upwards, defying the laws of gravity in a dreamlike or surreal setting. Achieved by filming someone or something falling from a height and then use composite techniques to reverse the footage.
Oh, yeah, because...
See, you should not do that. You should put them on wires and have a fan blowing. It's definitely how you should do that.
Maybe better control.
Film someone leaping off your house. And then...
Freak Show Weather says... to have it says use compositing techniques is like an art director who's heard some buzzwords.
It really is.
Oh, yeah. Can you use some of your cool like art techniques when you get in there?
I feel like, okay, so this is funny. Instead of asking the audience for a prompt for us, I'm asking the audience for a prompt for this to give us a prompt for the show.
All right, chat. Now's your chance.
Now's your chat, real PT.
Pro prompt writers.
Chat IRL. Or on YouTube.
Kunami says they always thought Sphere was an underappreciated movie.
Tell me all the reasons why the film Sphere is an underrated movie. Yep, it's true. It is. Well, the film received mixed reviews upon its release and did not perform well at the box office. There are several reasons why some people believe it is an underrated film. Strong performances, talented cast, who are good in other movies, thought-provoking story. The film is based on a novel by Michael Crichton and deals with themes of artificial intelligence, the nature of reality, and the fear of the unknown, which can make it an intriguing and thought-provoking film. The film features impressive visual effects that are able to create a sense of tension and unease, which can be very effective in the film's atmosphere. Yeah, okay, we're still going here. Anything from the audience, from the chat?
Not yet, except Puppetastic is very insistent that they want neon, and they've done it in all caps. I mean,
now, what I missed the neon thing. What's that about?
They just want realistic neon.
If you want to flip over to my screen,
in AI or After Effects?
Generally, what? Oh yeah, that is a good question.
Because we can do it in After Effects.
I mean, if you want to do it in Cinema 4D, the easiest thing to do is just grab the Grayscale Gorilla neon stuff, and boom, you've got it instantly. As far as prompts go, Seth, Fraser Woodhouse suggests, I want to mix scenes from two movies to create cool visual effects. Give me two cool scenes to merge.
That sounds like a good one. All right, so Puppetastic. I don't know how to... Is that Puppetastic? Yeah, so here's, if I just in general type realistic photo, or photo of a realistic neon sign, I added it. Just because. And this is...
Michael, can you mute yourself? Your sound's coming through.
Say again?
Michael, can you mute yourself? Your audio, your like room air is competing with Hashi.
Yeah. So this is Stable Diffusion Web. If you are out there and don't want to get deep into the weeds of these things, you can go to stablediffusionweb.com, and it looks like this. And you don't need to do anything. You just scroll down. I guess you do need to do something. You just scroll down and then type a sentence here and then say generate image. So, for example, like that looks like a pretty realistic neon sign to me. And just depending on what prompt you put in here, you'll get kind of new things and new seeds for these every time. A seed is basically like a numerical path to like set you off on a different journey through some kind of virtual simulation. So here are the types of things that this may give you, Puppetastic. If you wanted it to say something more specific, unfortunately, Stable Diffusion and most of these image generating models do not understand the letters they're using very well. So if I said a realistic neon sign that says Pop-it-astic. What'll be interesting is it'll understand some of these letters, but it won't quite be that. It'll try to find images that it has seen of neon signs that are the closest to that. So here you go. Like, here's an interesting set of a bunch of different things. None of them specifically say what they're supposed to, but you can tell that it's influenced slightly by the word that I put in there. So what Michael said earlier is really the way to go if you need a realistic neon sign or something like that. Or if you wanted a realistic neon sign on a spaceship, was it the other thing you said? On a spaceship. I'm going to say photo of a, just because that will help narrow in what types of things we've got going on. So exciting to watch things load. Processing.
Christopher Vranos says, I don't know, they don't know if they can post a link, but we should really check out Carlo, Karlo. Some open source dev ripped off the DALL-E 2 tech paper and does way better with context than Stable Diffusion.
Interesting. I will try that out. I may not experiment with it live right here, but I'm certainly fascinated to see what.
I just started working on just a quick neon tube here in After Effects using simply a shape layer, CC glass, and optical glow, which.
Say optical glow is a real good way to get some nice glow, like instantly.
Yeah, and so I mean the trick of a CC glass, it gives you that like glare. You're looking for that kind of curvature and displacement that makes it look like a 3D tube. And if you set the color, as long as your color is not turned like vibrance, saturation is not all the way up to, crank to 11. If you desaturate the original color of your path a little bit before running it through optical glow, it will leave that glare that CC glass created and combine it with the glow that you've got going on and create pretty cool look. So yeah, that's how I would go about making some neon in After Effects, if that's what Mr. Neon wanted.
Love it. So someone earlier was asking about the settings that I use when I do one of these kinds of things. So I am just trying to find a good way to show that off, maybe. Let's take this painting right here, and let me see if I can do this. One of the functions in Stable Diffusion is a section called Image to Image, where you take an image like this, and I'm going to kind of adjust the size of it like this. And whatever you type in the prompt here is sort of what it will try to generate over here. And to be clear, it is, unless you're using the in-paint model, it is not actually using any of this to put here. It's just trying to copy it the best it can. And one way that you can get an interesting result is to say interrogate clip. And what that does is it does a reverse prompt, which is sometimes helpful if you're trying to do like one of these image swapping technique kind of things. So instead of the Peter Gabriel video, I'll say I want to put our face into this painting. Now, I'm using the full image to image instead of just the in-painting, and in-painting is probably a better way to go if you want to copy this whole painting. But if you want a wholly original, in heavy quotation marks, generated image that is reminiscent of this, but with whatever adjusted parameters you have. Let's see. I'm running Stable Diffusion on this computer, and it's taking a second here. Let me make sure that it actually knows that it is trying to interrogate this clip. This usually doesn't take that long. What it will likely say is like a painting of a man sitting at a desk surrounded by books or something like that. So I'm just going to write over that with something like that. Man sitting at a desk surrounded by a stack of books and papers. And I can now add if you have a prompt like this, I can say negative prompt, like it is not a fish person or whatever. But I'm also going to say, let's see, it is an oil painting of a man. And after man, I'm going to write Seth Worley. Seth Worley 4. So when I train different models, as we mentioned last week, you give them a unique name that won't be confused with other names that this model might have in its data banks somewhere. So let me see if Stable Diffusion is actually awake or not, and see if it's willing to generate this, because this should be a quick thing for it, but I feel like it's being a little bit slow with having other software open.
Well, while you check that out, Seth, I'm not sure if this person is attempting to prompt us with something, but Red Giant just got a direct message on Instagram that says, "Hi, an animated comedy adventure script. Purpose, influence in wrong attitude, in life values, which has become a belief only because of social approval. Of course, the philosophy of the story is achieved indirectly in the viewer's conclusion. But on the surface, all the dialogues, events, and characters are designed in such a way that humor and excitement are maintained from the beginning to the end. Like conventional animations, it is not a story with a few exciting fantasy events in the author's imagination. Usually a stupid character is added for the humor of the story. The story has been edited for years to remove cliches so that all scenes are catchy. I will accompany you until the stage of story reel, layout, and animation."
Did ChatGPT find you? I think ChatGPT escaped and found you on Instagram.
Yeah, that is the entire context of that message. There's no previous messages or subsequent ones.
I get messages like that all the time. All the time.
All right, so I have nothing valuable to show while this is loading up. If you want to go back to our whatchamacallit screen, I've probably got to open up my task manager and kill some stuff. Whoa, that's beautiful looking, Seth.
See? It's real easy. You can do neon stuff here. That looks a little more like gold that's just glistening, but all that glitters is gold, as Smath Mouth once taught us. And they were correct.
They were. Some real shooting stars.
They're the only ones that break the mold, in case anyone was wondering. Anyway, that's how you make some neon.
So yeah, I do
this?
love interacting with the audience and doing their questions and stuff like that. And also want to ask, now that we're about 48-ish minutes in, Seth, should we try to do some stuff that is like some show content?
Ah, crap. I guess we did. I mean, we did just teach neon, so we've taught at least one thing, and you taught some AI stuff. So come on, we can make something up. All right. Did we get any prompts in the chat for what to tell it?
Frigby Chillweather says you should tell it to make something good.
Make something good.
Christopher Vrano says, double check the command line, Hashi. It should tell you straight up if you're out of GPU memory. And Frigby Chillweather suggests that you just ask ChatGPT, shall we play a game?
It's supposed to ask me that.
What's really interesting is that ChatGPT organizes all of your conversations. And so if you want to ask something, if you want to ask related questions, you can ask them all in the same conversation, and it'll remember what it's answered before and how it's answered you. And if you want something very fresh, you start a new conversation, and it's like it's speaking to a newborn baby that is a computer.
That is a computer. I need an idea for a visual effects shot to do. Portal to another dimension. A shot of a character standing in front of a shimmering portal or gateway leads to another dimension or parallel universe. See our Loki episode, everyone. Let's just see how many of our episodes it gives us here. Cool. But I've already done that. Any other ideas?
Let's see. Oh, okay, my Stable Diffusion is awake now. Ooh, awake but slow as heck.
Shot of a person or object that gradually becomes invisible until it completely disappears from view. Wow, I love that we've done everything that it's going to give me.
Our content aware Phil, like little dude with a hat.
Already done that too. I did the green screen thing where I removed the green mask. Remember, that counts.
Oh yeah, we had a whole invisibility episode.
And you've done your pants episode, your pants project, your pants
Oh,
party.
for the levitation, yeah. But you did we did a whole VFX and show on the mermaid episode. Was basically this.
Finally got a result over here.
Yeah.
It's
It's always funny to see me in a AI result for some reason. The fact that you're constantly telling it to do things to me makes me like it's genuinely touched, and also it's hilarious.
I have so many pictures of Seth.
I object. This is not an oil painting. That looks like egg tempura.
Yeah.
Do better.
All right. So what I've got going on here is there are several things. First of all, I should have probably been using the in-painting model. It seems to have more stylized things. There are probably some of you who know way more than I do, and there's probably some of you who have no idea what is going on in here. But basically, Stable Diffusion is there's like one build of its model that you can use to calculate all this stuff. And people have made varieties of it, and it's also improving over time. So it's sort of like picking, like which render engine you want to use when you're in Cinema 4D, for example. I've mentioned a software that we make during the first hour. Check it out, everyone. And basically, this was using the 1.5 version to try to make a painting influenced by this of Seth Worley in a similar position. And the in-painting conditioning is all the way to 1, which means that it's going to lean hard on the how much stylization it does. And also influencing the amount of stylization is down here, the denoising strength. This is all the way over to 0.75. And if I were to turn this all the way up to 1 and then press generate, you're going to see that what happens is it completely goes off of the prompt, but is ignoring everything in the picture. So here's Seth Worley at a desk and stuff. I love that you've done the the sexy pulled your sweatshirt over your head, but left it over your arms to just show off a little bit of arm.
Wait, what?
This is a thing.
That's a thing where you just roll up your short sleeves.
No. You got to do it like this. You got to expose this specific realm of arm. So if I turn this
I see.
to like 0.04 and press generate, you'll see that it basically returns the same picture. This like of young John Stewart at a desk, surrounded by papers, and somewhere around 0.5 is right where it's kind of mixing between two realms. It's trying to give me half this painting, half its interpretation of Seth sitting at a desk. I kind of like this one. And you're right. I'm the AI adds 40 pounds. It does. It's what it does.
Not really. The AI just updates it to the current model of Seth.
Hey, this one's kind of cool. I dig that one.
Michael Brown points out that it really is nailing Seth's pompadour. Frigby Chillweather says, it knows you use a laptop. You do have that laptop slouch going on there. Frigby also appreciates the Seth gun show we just got earlier. Chris Frano says you can set just resize to keep the aspect ratio, or resize and fill might work best. That should keep Seth happy and proportionate.
Or resize and chill.
Now, I don't remember what... let's see. Oh, we got all the way to a Michael Zalapsky 4 or 5 model, which, just out of curiosity, let's see. Ooh, apparently Michael Zalapsky 5 is not well trained. Let's try 4. Was 4 the one that was lucky for? I'm not digging these ones. Let me see if I turn the stylization all the way up. You're just fancier and more Dutch painting-y.
I mean, I am partly Dutch.
Maybe I didn't get your thing right. Did it? Did it say it used your model? Oh no, it didn't. I spelled it wrong. So it's doing nothing right now. I keep on forgetting what I've called everybody in here. point. What did I do? What is it again? It is MSZLPK. That. So let's try that 5 and see if it tries to do anything here.
ChatGPT has shut down on me. Gotta reload.
Hey, that looks like me with really, really chubby. That's me as a chipmunk, is what that is. I've stuffed some acorns. Ah, jeez.
Man, yeah, it is not.
It's not a good place to store them, Michael.
Ooh, not on that one. There, that's some cool.
Did you accidentally drop like a picture of the Mad Magazine guy into Michael's library by accident just to see what happened?
Not Michael. Alfred E. Newman was not played by.
Wow, I must use too much hair gel.
Like one picture of you like it's like the open mouth like smile from like your profile picture or something like that, and it's trying to do that in every version of that.
I like that outfit. I would wear that.
That's a good outfit. Let's see what just in general. What if let's see. In a cool outfit. Let's see. I want to see you. Let's just do 4.
Can you make me hanging out in downtown Nashville?
Oh yeah.
Because I have real photos of this.
Nashville in a cool outfit. Oh, and I'll say it's a photo. And is this entertaining to people? This is so fascinating to me. But I realize that I'm doing nothing similar to a show. We're having.
Konami suggests the prompt: give examples of past movie scenes that would be funny with the visual effect added to it. Pippi Pop says, give me a brand new visual effect that I can use in my action movie. And Justin Lidr says, does Hashi have a VAE enabled? Could help. Christopher Vranos, responding to your last question, Hashi says, I think it's super fun and weird. Just like all of these pictures of Michael. Oh my gosh, that looks like me in Nashville playing a guitar. Oh my gosh, that does not look like that does not look anything like my kid. That is the wrong color.
That is the wrong kid. Playing a guitar. I feel like that happened. That came up in training. It did. I don't know if
it did because he looked like worship pastor Michael. Like
that bottom right one looks like me.
CCM Michael. Moved to Nashville to be the next Stephen Curtis Chapman, and then just led worship for a youth group for the next 10 years, Michael.
It kind of knows what microphones are.
It kind of does. One of the first...
it's also a Chrome ball, so it kind of knows your where you come from.
Apparently, this Michael is more female presenting. That's Michael 4. I don't remember what these models look like. Basically, while these are training, you can kind of see what they are doing and pause and re-guide them. It looks like none of these finished training. Photo of, let's try me, Daniel. And you know what upsets me, Seth, is that remember how you were the first person to figure out how to train these weird AI models kind of by accident. And so the original Seth Worley one still works better than most of these.
Oh, really?
Most of the ones that I tried really hard.
Look at all those.
Working well.
Do you remember when it was like, I remember, I'll never forget the day where we realized that we were at a point where we were creating, what was it, a Raptor hyper networks, the Raptor network or something like that?
Hyper network. Oh yeah. So here's me in downtown Nashville. Just
it makes me happy. Get out of downtown. Come over to East where I live.
And then Justin LeDuc says you could use brackets like my shortcut parentheses man, which would be nice.
Hey, change it to East Nashville. I want to see what it does. And then, meanwhile, I'm going to read some of these prompts it's given me. I said, I need 10 ideas for visual effect shots to do. A slow motion bullet time sequence, a magical spell casting effect, a realistic explosion, a holographic user interface, a morphing transformation, a realistic meteor shower, a supernatural portal opening, a futuristic cityscape, a supernatural creature emerging from shadows, a time-traveling sequence of distortions and visual distortions, two different things, a realistic underwater scene, a realistic aurora borealis. Not really done that.
Contained entirely inside your kitchen?
What? A supernatural force pushing objects, a character with super speed leaving behind a motion blur, and then it's just a series of superpowers. Invisibility, telekinesis, levitation, flight, teleportation, weather control. Any way I can hone this thing?
Say that again? Man, it's you see, what we usually do every week is difficult, everybody.
It is. A massive citywide destruction sequence caused by an alien invasion.
Do that in 10 minutes.
Realistic black hole with intense gravitational lensing effects.
That's cool.
Yeah, complex shape-shifting transformation of a character into multiple forms.
We had that in the intro, basically. With
a virtual reality simulation with realistic user interface and interactions.
Not like those fakey user interfaces.
Yeah. Character with the power of time manipulation. Supernatural invasion of a city. You're repeating yourself. Go home, you're drunk. A realistic depiction of character traveling through parallel universes. Realistic. Psychic abilities. Natural disaster. Advanced
How would you do a visual effect of someone using psychic abilities to manipulate the minds of others? There's no visuals there.
It's true.
I'll
take that one.
It's all just ripples.
Chromatic displacement, y'all. Chromatic displacement.
So...
So
I can try the black hole one. I can try like the interstellar black hole.
First presets is what it's really asking.
Yeah. Hashi, has anything in here popped up that's interesting to you? I can try the interstellar black hole thing.
All right. So interstellar black hole, I can't, because someone has hacked my Microsoft account, which is, if it's one of you out there.
Stop it.
But yeah, I can't reread these, and I don't remember what you just said.
Oh. You can't reread these because...
I can't access Skype because instead of Skype, it's this big lock screen saying there's a problem with your account.
Oh,
and
dude.
I'm afraid that if I close that window, that it'll log me out.
Yeah, smart.
For the sake of the show, I'm trying to hang in there, but I can't see the warning banner.
Stop hacking, Hashi. A realistic underwater scene, a realistic aurora borealis, a supernatural force pushing objects, a character with super speed, invisibility, telekinesis, levitation, flight, teleportation, weather control, citywide destruction.
I'll try an aurora borealis.
All right. I'll take a black hole. You take a boreal.
All right. Let's open up After Effects, shall we?
And I clicked on OBS instead of my browser. Oops.
So once we all have After Effects loaded up here, Seth, is this a situation where we want to pour additional spice onto this challenge by giving us a time limit on this?
We could. I just did. 10 minutes. Here we go.
Oh, man, I'm just opening up a project. Are you just downloading stock footage?
No, I'm downloading reference.
Reference. Okay. I'm going to not look at any reference.
Seth, if you're interested, there's a really cool Redshift tutorial for getting that exact sort of gravitational lensing effect that I've put in the Slack.
Yes, all you people, look into that. Do it. Let's import that crap.
Very nice.
Okay, so...
All right, so what are some of your first steps when you know you've got to do this?
Well, I need a Starfield. I might pull that from Unsplash, even though I could create it with Particular, but just for the sake of trying to match that Nolan realism, hyper realism, I'm going to grab a Starfield. There's obviously whatever I make here I'm going to pull from it for the distortion effect that happens around the edges. probably use chromatic displacement for that because it's the most fun. I'm thinking about doing this just with shape layers, maybe. I could even do... I have a really dumb idea that might actually work.
Dumb ideas are the best.
What's the in distort in here in After Effects? Bend it? What would give me that three-dimensional fake bend here? Because I might be able to actually...
a couple of them. Like both bend... I would do bend it.
All right. I'll bend it like bend it.
Bend it like bend it.
And then I'm going to create a little shape layer here. Set it to stroke instead of path. And then I'm going to, let's see. Wiggle this crap a whole bunch. And set the random seed to index times, 7. And boop, 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 boop. I actually probably want to... There's probably an easier way to do this, but this is the way I'm doing it. Slider control up here in the null. I'm going to set the stroke width to follow that strokes, that slider, so that when I do this, I can control all of the dupes.
All the dupes.
Doop, 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 doop. Let's look at that crap again.
Chris Vranos points out that polar coordinates can take any straight horizontal line and bend it to a perfect circle.
Shoot, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, polar coordinates.
Oh, my God, of course. Why the H didn't I think of that? Oh, my God, that's brilliant. Okay, crap. In that case...
There's a distort effect that I distinctly remember that is basically like opens a yawning hole in the middle of something, like with bendy weirdness. It's not Jaws, but it's like it.
Flow motion.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm. Or that's what I would guess.
Well, you've got 5 minutes and 48, 7, 6, 5 seconds.
Look at that.
For clarity, 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Look at that. Polar coordinates. Thank you, Vranos. That's actually very, very helpful. So I've got an adjustment layer, and underneath I've got this shape layer, and I can probably just dupe it, offset it, change the stroke width. I wonder what happened. Yeah, if I... Oh, that's... What am I doing?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Help me. I'm dying.
No,
you don't have to help me. You keep doing your thing. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Northern Lights, I think is what I'm trying in here. So here's what I got so far. We got little layer sandwich, or effect sandwich here. We've got some fractal noise, then some CC toner, and then some more fractal noise overlaid on top of it, the scatter effect, and then some turbulent displace, and then after that I'm going to add some trap code shine. I'm going to put it down below that, and I'm going to set the colorize to none, so it's using its original colors, and I'm going to pull the source of it way down here somewhere. And let's see, I'm going to maybe turn down maybe I will turn up my scatter again. I kind of like that. Ooh, weird. Okay, so what I've got going on here is after the shine effect, I have a really high boost the curves effect, which is giving me a bunch of banding right now because I'm still in a little 8-bit comp here, which maybe I could change, I guess. Whoops. Let's change to 16. There we go. And now we've got this thing. Let's move my mask down lower to like here. And actually, wait, instead of shine, I'm going to use, what's it called? What is the...
Quantum?
Quantum, yeah. Is it stylize or is it glow?
I don't know. Hit Control Spacebar.
Quantum. All right, so what quantum does is it's very much like shine, but it also has several different types of glows. So you can basically have a glow that retracts toward this point, which is really cool. That's very Northern Lightsy. But you can also have some that is going, let's see, you can make the length negative or positive, which is pretty cool. Then I'm going to go down and I'm going to turn down my source opacity, so it's just rendering the quantum effect. And I think that should give me something pretty cool. Let's scatter this a little bit more. Actually, maybe, what if I had my scatter turned all the way down, but I blurred this? What do we think? How much time do we got? 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Oh.
Let's see. So here's what I have with quantum and things like that. We're approaching a Northern Lightsy effect, but I probably need to choose some different color maps for these things. Let's see. What do we want? Oh, let's pick this one called Aura, and maybe there's one. Maybe there's even one. Like, I don't know. Ugh. Okay. How should I blend these?
Maybe more green and blue. Like,
I'm just going to dive in there and add some really bad manual colors. I don't know. I kind of want... What if I added a radial fast blur on top of this? That was kind of set like this. And I drag this way down under it. That'll give me maybe a double halo kind of effect. Okay.
I've dropped a link in the chat for folks who might want to make a 3D Aurora Borealis in Cinema 4D.
What? You could make this in 3D?
Indeed.
Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Let me play with the length here of this thing. Ooh. Somewhere in here, I feel like I'm getting close. Seth, I don't mean to take away from your progress over there either.
I'm downloading a couple star fields so I can... This is what I got right now.
Ooh, that's looking good. Just add some noise.
And by the way, that looks like this.
I'm going to do the same thing right now, actually.
A bunch of shape layers that are just changed in height or height in the comp and turbulence and such. Adjustment layer with motion tiles set to mirror edges and then moved horizontally all the way to the left to 0 in the X. Oh, 8 seconds. Good God. And then polar coordinates and then optical glow on top. And you know what? I'm going to keep going. You want to go 5 more minutes?
Let's do 5 more minutes. Put 5 more minutes on the board.
All right.
I'm adding some stars to my...
So I'm going to draw some stars, and then I'm going to do that little bendy thing and the distortion, etc. You got anything over there, or you want me to stay on me?
Here's how I'm doing stars. I added a fractal noise to a solid like this, and I made the scale small, and I'm turning the contrast way up and the brightness way down, and so at some point I'll get just a nice kind of organic smattering of stars like that. See, isn't that cool?
Smart ass man.
Under the Aurora Borealis like that. And you never want stars that are too sharp, so I'm going to add a like half step of blur under them or something like that. Let's do it fast. Let's do a fast box blur. Let's turn that up a teeny bit. Let's try 2 pixels. No, 2. Type 2. There we go. Maybe just 1. Fine. 1. We'll put that there, and then let's add some subtle animation by having the star field start here, and then we'll have it sort of move to the left over time. Like that, just a little bit. It's like one of those nighttime time-lapse things. I don't remember how fast the Aurora Borealis actually moves, because I think that most of the time you see them, it's time-lapsed. And also,
it is, mostly time-lapses. Frequent Shibother says that what you're working on looks more like an Aurora Australis, which is the southern lights.
Oh, in that case, I'll add an adjustment layer and vertically flop it.
You need a different constellation as well.
Bum, 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 bum. That's as far as I want to get on these Northern Lights things. I at the right time of year, I can see them from up here on the island too. I have not. We haven't had the quite right conditions when it was a clear sky on a night that you could have seen them. But I look forward to that as a potential future thing that I get to see. Oh gosh, these colors are just getting worse and worse. What if I bring in my CC toner effect after all of this again? I just want to duplicate it. Oh. This is why you should get help from people for things.
Wait, so bend it didn't work. Bender.
One of them bends it more like it's anchored down, and the other kind of distorts the middle section of your image. I don't know why none of these things are affecting the look of my Northern Lights. What's happening? These can't be blurred out enough that I'm not getting anything from them. Am I? Weird. I don't know. I don't like what's happening over here. It's going to make fun of how easy Northern Lights should be to simulate, and then...
You had a really good thing earlier.
See, just take your project and then undo it until it kind of works again. See, this is at least like a Mac screensaver realm, right? Then I'll take this top layer and then add some polar coordinates to it. And then if my turbulent displace has the edges pinned, which ones? Pin, I think that locked, and then I switch it from rectangular to polar. Cool. Don't even know what I'm doing right now, but this is interesting. Let's see. Let's put the quantum rays down here. And maybe, it's pin vertical locked. That's what I want to do, right? Oh, man. Almost out of time again, Seth.
Damn.
You are getting a nice black hole there, Hashi.
This is as far as I got.
Hey, that's looking really good.
I couldn't get the 3D bend to happen. I can only get this 2D bend, but I didn't get to try very many things. But that's the original, and that's as far as I got in 15 minutes.
Hey, not bad.
No, I feel like I could get it if I had I could get it in another 15. I think. Well,
it's like a rubber ducky hole.
It is.
Like it.
I wasn't looking at yours. That's cool. Dang.
It's kind of cool. I'm just adding some polar coordinates to the to a couple instances of this just
That's
to see.
Freaking cool.
That's cool. Like airbrushed on a laser tag arena worthy, right?
That's cool. Like cyberbullying.
Oh yeah.
Worthy.
Oh yeah, I can make a little spiral by making this diagonal now. And scale that up. And if I had it rotated right, ooh, wait, that could be kind of neat. Let me turn off this circular one. Oh yeah, here we go. Spin it around, do thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's so cool.
I demand a new challenge from our from our computer prompting.
Yeah, I agree. Let me real quick just.
Jason Murphy says it's like that spray paint art that they do on the street.
Oh yeah. It just needs a little stencil of like Superman or something silly.
Let me undo some things that I just did because I liked what I had better the second ago. Okay.
All right.
ChatGPT.
You there,
let's
chat,
see.
was there anything that you remember it reading that prompted you to say, "Oh, they should try that"?
Give me 10 more.
Let's see, I've just opened up the chat. What have we got? Oh man, lots of really good tips for what we're doing in there.
All kinds of realistic depictions of characters either with abilities or using advanced technology. Intergalactic or interstellar travel. I feel like we've done that. Mind reading or mind control. Virtual reality, artificial intelligence. Genetic manipulation, creating mutants or superhumans. Kind of done that.
I'm interested because I'm interested in the potential for ChatGPT to do something bizarre. So let me see, or not ChatGPT, Stable Diffusion. What would this might be a horrible idea, of a photo of a mutant me. Remember if I'm some high note. 12. Okay, so photo of a mutant Daniel Hashimoto. Should I add any more context? I don't know if it'll even be able to get something. On a green screen. In front of a green screen. Okay, photo of... Oh, I know.
That is the fattest Seth I've ever seen.
It's wild. In mutant makeup.
That's actually what I look like without my beard.
Of a green screen. Okay, I'm just going to generate a few... Oh, I closed Stable Diffusion, didn't I? So I could run After Effects.
Whoops.
Okay. I'm curious to see if I can use an AI-generated makeup effect and then composite it in using After Effects.
I'm surprised you wouldn't want to start with an image, like take a screenshot from your webcam. And
good idea.
Yeah.
All right. So what could I do to... I'm worried about what I can screen record with. Maybe I have... Let's see. Okay, you're on your screen, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just going to browse through to see if I have any videos of myself, which is always exciting. Because they're all from these tutorials. So they're either going to be me talking to camera, shirtless, or...
So much drones and stuff. Oh, should I go to your screen or no?
Nope. I have no idea what I'm looking for here. Split cam. What am I doing in this one? I've found all of these are like our testing to get RBF to work videos.
Oh.
Okay. I can use one of these, I'm sure. All right. I do have some random videos of myself that I think I can use for these purposes.
Character using advanced technology to create and control a giant mechanical hamster ball, rolling around and causing chaos in a city while trying to escape from the authorities.
Oh, the hamster ball like rolling through a city actually seems like a cool effect.
It does. I'm trying to think of...
Sounds really difficult.
Yeah, it does.
That gets into you probably need some good Redshift skills. It sounded like I cut you off, so I just stopped talking.
No. I was trying to think of what I would put inside of it.
Godzilla, baby Godzilla.
Inside the hamster ball, baby Godzilla? Or if there's like a mix of me running that I can put inside of it.
Ooh, that's feasible. I really like this hamster ball running through a city thing.
All right, I'm going to explore it. But I need to remember where our mix of me is.
Oh, that's a good question.
Can I go to your screen yet or no?
Sure.
I'll go to us. I'm on us. You just tell me when I can. Let's see.
I've searched for Mix of Me, Seth, like several times in the last little while, but I keep on forgetting where it is. It's in the Atom Project?
Like, and it's ready for upload?
These are, oh no, okay. 3D stuff. I'll find it.
I'm sorry. I won't start the timer until you're able to start on your thing.
Seth Mixamo. I'm pretty sure it is called that. Nope. Not that.
Seth4Mixamo2.fbm.
That sounds promising. Or are you making up names?
No, that's Seth4Mixamo2.fbx. I've got a couple Seth4Mixamos and Seth4Mixamo2s.
Yeah, gotta be one of them.
All right.
Or custom motion, or are you looking for one that you've like made a sequence of?
I'm gonna upload it to Mixamo.
All right. So should I do a mutated face, or should I also do a version of hamster ball?
No. Do mutated face, because you're gonna upstage me in this area, so I'm gonna try and do it.
Okay. I'm gonna get stable diffusion running, and I'm going to extract a frame from just some like random video of me. Because I would take a fresh video, but my webcam is all tied up with the with this hacking business.
We're gonna do a 20-minute timer this time.
Had it with this hacker crap.
I'm gonna start the timer when this stops processing my character, which Fair
enough.
Good luck, Mixamo, processing my character.
Let's see. So I could I have mermaid Hashi footage, and I have Hashi recording Cheap Tricks intro footage to make Mutant, and I'm really split.
You have what?
I have our mermaid footage, our shirtless mermaid footage, and I have just like me doing like an intro.
Do your intro one. The intro one looked good.
Let's do it. All right, and
I'm going to find stock footage of a city street to run this hamster wheel down.
Are you doing a hamster wheel or a hamster ball?
Oh, I'm doing a hamster ball.
Yeah, you got to have all those ranges of movement, you know. Okay, let's see. What have we got? We're at. Just taking note of the time and trying to imagine what process is going to be here.
Oh, there we go. All right, I'm going to auto rig this guy and then chin, wrists, elbows. That's my elbow, right? Let's say that is. Knees and the groin.
Thomas Holmes is asking, have you guys started incorporating Runway AI into your workflows yet? We used Runway stuff a lot last year.
Runway is
And when I say we, I mean Hashi.
Yes. Hashi has been the one doing that.
I'm just curious to learn as many ways that I can work a little less and also make it look like I learned more somehow.
I guess I better stop cheating and actually run our timer.
No. I was counting on your cheating.
We're at 20 minutes now because I'm about to start tracking the shot. So,
are we about to get a tracking break?
We are about to get a tracking break.
Track it.
All right. Solving camera and bada bing, bada bing. I just saw Hashi on your screen. I hadn't seen that image of Michael, and that's very funny to me.
So great, right? Oh, wait, why? I thought I just rendered my images here. Did I not? What did I render these
How do you
as?
not have the ground for me here? Come on.
Oh no. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where I rendered. Oh, I rendered it as an MP4. I swear I made it to frames. Okay. Okay, I got nothing to show for a while. I'm just trying to export my my thing as frames so I can convert one frame into a mutant and then try to incorporate that into the...
Well, I've got a tracked scene here. And Mixamy is still oh, okay.
You can also upload any one like that you have saved from... Oh, I guess our issue was actually just finding them, right?
Yeah. So fast run. In place. Okay. Or it's a drunk run forward. What's that?
Oh, I like that. The amount of character that just got added in there with the kind of like the flopping and like tired. Like,
the drunk one?
It's pretty good.
Oh, man.
What's so cool is like all the different like sliders that some of these have. Like some of the movements have like you can make it more angry or more happy or whatever, or like overdrive it.
All right, I can change the speed later, but I'm going to go download. Now I'm actually thinking I could do this in After Effects. So what does a hamster ball look like?
It's like a ball.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Ash.
You're welcome.
It's okay, it's got some kind of grid thing to it going on.
It's got the like little like slide lock lid.
The question is, how could I turn this into a texture unless there literally is one?
You really just need a sphere that is, and just add some, bump.
That's what I was thinking. I could do the sphere in After Effects, actually.
If Stable Diffusion, generate an unwrapped hamster ball.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Hamster ball action.
I could probably do that. Michael, you're back. Wait, no, I don't know what that was.
I didn't leave.
Wait. Okay, I don't have access to Stable Diffusion on my end at the moment.
I just go to Stable Diffusion Playground.
Okay.
Or Stable Diffusion Web, I think.
Chris Vranos says, ooh, Hashi. There is a new checkbox in automatic to make a tiled, seamless generation.
Oh my gosh. See?
Wait, what was that?
Ooh, Hashi.
Okay.
There's a new checkbox in automatic to make a tiled, seamless generation. And I'm offended that they ended that with 2 exclamation points. 1 is fine, 3 is fine, 2 is not okay.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Looking for a third exclamation point there.
This is all it gives me down here. Doesn't help.
All right. I'm just trying to get Stable Diffusion to open up. Stable Diffusion. Where did you go?
What is that? That's like a hamster. That's an unwrapped hamster.
Made out of tiny balls. That looks like CC ball action.
Yeah, unwrapped hamster ball, tiled, seamless texture. What else could I say here?
Just do like Death Star texture, and then you can just contrast it up.
I mean, the ball is basically just clear with some straight line texture things on it.
I know it's actually real easy, but
Perfect. That right there. That's the kind of texture you need. Like the tile shader in Cinema 4D or Redshift.
oh, I guess what I could do.
Could use a super grebe texture.
This is my favorite.
Oh, that one can't even move.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go to cinema. Boobity-bop-ba-da-boo. Boobity-bop-ba-da-boo.
I'm going to go see if my Stable Diffusion is awake or not. And why don't you want to wake up for me during the live show? What am I doing that is so intense? It's like a Skype call. A Skype call should not prevent you from thinking.
I would be unsurprised to find out that Skype is using your GPU in some manner, or your web browser is using. If you're using Chrome, like your web browser is 100% using your GPU because Chrome does that, unless you uncheck the option.
This is ridiculous.
No ball frame.
There we go. Ooh, I'm going to close Teams. That didn't work. Okay, so Seth, you're going to show what I'm doing now that Stable Diffusion is running again. I am trying to reinterpret a photo of me but I said a photo of me in a prosthetic mutant makeup of a green screen. And it generated this, which is me with my more current haircut, I guess.
Isn't there a way? Surely you could, because you're telling it to do it on a green screen and it's giving you an unevenly lit, like realistic green screen. Could you not say put on a flat green background and give yourself a little cleaner green screen?
Yeah. Trent. What is that? Was that an error message? I didn't know if that was a timer message.
Oh no, sorry.
The timer's at 11 minutes and 37 seconds.
Not enough.
Somehow the model of me is not trained well to deal with it. It doesn't accept change very well. It just keeps making everything my face.
Keep making everything my face.
Follow the actually no. Denoise a little less. Follow the prompt more, and strength all the way up. And oh yeah. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna get. None of these look very mutant-y.
I mean, they don't look right.
They don't look right. I just don't feel like this would be a very impressive transformation.
Crap, I forgot the normals on this file are all weird. My face is inverted. My head is. Let's go back in.
Okay. I'm not liking any of these. So I'm going to look up a photo just from a straightforward prompt. A photo of a mutant orc, I don't know, that looks like me.
Chris Brano says, remove your name from the prompt. The image already has a ton of Hashi influence. You can also run DNLHSHMT12:5 in brackets. This will make it stop adding Hashi to the generation halfway through the generation and allow more other influences.
What?
I was just going to say do Hashi as Shrek, but his is more technical.
Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. Man in Shrek makeup. Gotta bring it back to our all-starness. Okay. That makes sense then. Okay. Oh, God. I love
when Shrek is over your shoulder.
Okay, these are interesting, but I want them to be a little bit more photo-like. Let's see. I'll turn down that. I'm going to turn this up. Man in... Oh, instead of green screen, I'm going to say... Actually, it doesn't really matter anymore. These are... Thank you, Chris. These are giving me more what I need. This one's okay. That's something. I'll send that to extras, and then I don't know. I don't know how to upscale stuff. How big do I even want this? Oh, and redo the face. Redo the face.
Redo the face.
This is fun, though. Oh, but I've worn out my welcome for stable diffusion. You might just need to be that. All right. Boring over here. What are you doing over there?
I've got Mixamo that has dropped him into the scene, and I'm just animating a run course for him. I use your normalized track, which made dropping him into the scene really easy.
Go grab a copy of that plugin if you don't got it, folks.
So now, oh wow, and actually, good Lord, on first try, his feet aren't sliding. His footsteps are kind of his run's kind of lining up with his move.
Runs are kind of nice for sliding a lot of the time. That's pretty good. That looks like like a scene from Die Hard with a Vengeance.
It does, where the marshmallow covered Egon comes running through the scene. Okay, now I gotta put him inside of a ball. And there's a couple ways that I can do that. One of which is I could create a layer, a new solid. Hang on. So I can make a texture. Let's try this with a grid.
I'm still just hoping that I get a better mutant face.
We're all hoping for a better mutant face.
Not in love with the mutant faces I'm getting over here.
If I go polar coordinates and I go polar to rectangle, that's
what I used to say when I was dating.
Nailed it.
So, mutants.
It's not true, but it's funny.
It's pretty.
5 minutes and 35 seconds.
Great. So I'm thinking if I spherize. No, that's not it. It's CC sphere, isn't it?
Depends what you're trying to do.
Wait. There you go.
And then what I could just do is do like a motion tile above it.
Not doing it in Element though, huh?
No, I mean, I'm trying something else, see if it.
Because I feel like you could, if it's running in place, or is it the running in place one, or is it not the running in place one?
It's running in place and I moved him. So I could. Fine, I'll do it in Element. I was just seeing if I could do it in this. Because with CC Sphere, I could do just the outside, like the front of the sphere.
Understandable.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So I got a mutant that I'm gonna try out.
Mutant
here.
tryouts.
Reopen After Effects, and then I'm gonna try to. I'm not sure the best way to mutantify myself for this. If I should go all After Effects route.
You know what? I should go Element because this CC Sphere doesn't do 3D.
Oh yeah, you've got to do a whole bunch of trickery to it to convince it to.
No trickery here. No trickery here. So let's do.
Okay. All right, you can switch over to me if you'd like.
Okay.
I'm finally doing something, which is not all that exciting, but I'm just grabbing my face like that, and I'm going to the tracker, wherever that is, and going to face tracking detailed, and let's play through. And hopefully this works pretty fast. I don't remember how long this clip is. It's like 150 frames or something like that. So I'm trying the advanced face tracking here. It's going. I can't see what frame it's on. Blah, 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 blah. We don't need this whole clip, really, right? Why am I always concerned? Why is my face always concerned when I'm recording tutorials? Like, look at me. This is why it thinks I'm so angry all the time. See, there are your eyebrows up.
Oh, crap. After Effects quit.
Oh, no.
Got some chat questions.
Ooh.
Jason Murphy, yes, it's a clear plastic ball. Seth is just using that for quickness. Xander Corp, why Stable Diffusion and not Midjourney?
Because because Stable Diffusion is open source and I can run a copy of it on my computer. And also, Spanos earlier was suggesting, what was it? I don't remember. Something. Okay, so I have my face tracked here, and now I'm going to open up that wherever I saved that mutant face.
Oh, quick question about the face tracking. Is something in the new After Effects? No, it's been in After Effects for 7 years, the face tracker.
Amazing, right? So
It's 2015.
So here's my mutant, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this down, and I'm going to trim this comp. Whoops.
Minute and 36 seconds.
And
36 seconds.
Okay.
No
Let's quickly key out this background here. Auto define key. Let's get a little bit more of it. Oh my gosh. Is this skin greenish or something? I can't tell. Okay, we're going to do that. We're also going to just go ahead and do this so I can export just the mutant face. How much more time do we have? A minute or something?
Something like that.
55 seconds.
Oh my gosh. How did this happen?
Sorry, I mean 45. It's 40, 39, 38, 37.
This is
You
ridiculous.
quit it.
How powerful of a computer do you need to run Stable Diffusion locally? Do you just need a decent GPU?
I think just a decent GPU. Like I have a 2080. Like I have one before everything got all fancy and cool. All right. So our timer's about to run up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, I thought I was a mutant mask. We did it. It's definitely a kind of cool effect that I was not expecting to see today. That guy's definitely messed up. And I don't think I have RBF installed on here. So instead, I'm going to go to my Motion Bro effect. Adjustment, eyeballs, beard, face.
Here's as far as I got. I hadn't gotten to the texture of making the texture of the hamster ball yet.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's like, honestly, I think I could get it there, and I could add like wobbles and stuff. And the real fun would be to get it at a decent speed, but build it in Cinema 4D, and have me lose like my footing and then ragdoll around inside the ball.
That's true. That is what would be the best version of this.
I also, if I had time, I could add an alien ship blasting things at me, or I guess police cars like chasing me.
Mm-hmm. See, so we totally know what we're doing, right?
Totally. Always know what we're doing.
Okay, current track. Okay, set rest pose, extract the measurements. All right, I'm going to try. I used to know how to use this. I'm going to see if I can do it anymore. Okay, Motion Bro is I don't remember, it's an extension, and they have these face tools. And what the face tools supposedly allow you to do is, let me see, I'll let you know when it's opened up here. We have 7 more minutes during our show.
Yes, there's 7 minutes of show left.
Show. Okay, so where is the face holder? Yeah, it's kind of cool. All right, Seth, I can show some stuff over here.
Yeah.
So this is this Motion Bro thing. Let's see, I'm going to rename this thing as Hashi is a mutant. Just not feeling very creative, but Hashi's a mutant. I ran this Motion Bro thing, which uses the tracking data and then makes it so you can have this little pre-comp like this. And in the pre-comp, I can take this face that I generated in the thing and just try to kind of line it up properly with this. I don't know, somewhere around here, maybe. Like that. The eyes line up pretty well there, and the mouth lines up pretty well. And then if we go back to Hashi as a mutant, and we turn on this layer, I think... Oh. Why is it not visible now? Maybe it didn't work. Where are you? Oh, you're over here. Okay, that's just that. Oh dear. Well, that didn't work. Hashi's a mutant. Oh, nothing worked. See, I should have used RBF.
Many people say that.
Should have
used RBF.
Okay, so now I don't know what I'm doing. Makeup holder.
Are you two gonna ever release RBF to something folks can easily get access to?
Yeah, the problem is there's just a better version of it to be made now, and we haven't gotten around to it. But yeah.
folks are asking what's RBF. It's a little tool that they're working on.
It's a rotation by features detector tracker thing for faces, so you can add stuff to faces, which is pretty cool.
So it'll actually do a couple things. It'll stabilize. If you like do just a After Effects face track, it will then stabilize the face and make it to where you can then add things to it, like add effects to it, and then reverse that stabilization and have those effects move with the face. You can also, there's also a version where it'll track the face, but then you can just stick any object in the layer to the face and have it follow it. It's pretty fun. We'll release it one day.
Visual Paralysis asks, how do you guys get such cool ideas? Is it some chems which might help grow imagination, like in the movie The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent? They call LSD a divine inspiration, LOL, haha.
Wow. Sounds like
yes.
You have an answer you want.
Puppet pins. Why do none of these work? I'm so sad.
Don't be sad. That's the name of my new song.
Fine, I'll do it with. Wait, do I have RBF on here?
You might not.
Like I've had it before, but let me see. Is it an extension or was it just a script?
And it's a preset, animation preset.
Animation preset. Maybe I do.
Ryan Habern. Anyway, Rai says, Seth, when are we getting Dino Feast 2?
In lieu of Dino Feast 2, you will be getting Sketch the movie. My feature film that if you like Dino Feast, you're gonna love Sketch. Okay, so I've got this little number here I did in a pre-comp.
Oh, I remember this scene with Gene Hackman.
And then it's getting toward a usable kind of ish hamster cage-ish, a hamster ball-ish looking. Looks more like a wiffle ball right now, but it's not too bad, not too shabby.
Xander Corp is asking if we ever do stuff that relates to animation that is 2D or 3D animation instead of compositing. Yes. There's a link in the chat to an episode all about 2D animation with a special guest.
I was going to be like, do y'all ever do like actual work or? Like...
Today is more of a fun, playful day, I would guess. We can certainly admit that.
Oh my gosh.
So I wonder if... Oh, interesting. I
wonder if you could finish the last 30 seconds of Show.
No, but now I'm hooked. I have ideas.
I'm smart.
Hashi, do we want to end the show? I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know. How are folks feeling out there? Should we put this thing out of its misery, or are people curious to see what's going to happen?
While they type up their essays, I mean, if you do end it now, you can also just finish it in your own leisure, because you too are nothing if not committed to finishing projects you start. Visual Process asks, have you guys even worked for any Hollywood movies too? Yes. Hashi used to work for DreamWorks, and he's done visual effects for Disney, as have I. And Seth has directed a feature film, so yes. Mike Gaines says, never end.
Hey, Mike
Xandercroft says, it's Friday, guys, go have a beer, or whiskey in my case. Chris Frano says, I'm having a good time and I'd stick around, but no pressure, though.
Well, that's kind of everybody. All right, so it sounds like we've got a bit of leeway, and we don't want to waste the poor people's time here. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I knew what I was doing, and then that's the best way to figure out you don't know what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay, so what have we got here? I want to... I have just the worst version of anything ever over here.
It's just a mask.
It's just a really dumb mask. What I really need is I should have just preserved like just the nose out of this. Like,
You know what? I'm surprised we haven't addressed autograph today on the show. We should probably at least mention that it exists.
oh yes, if you want autographs from, please send a pre-sealed envelope to.
For those who haven't heard, Left Angle, the French company that is less than 10 people, released a new piece of software this week called Autograph that is aiming straight at After Effects artists in that it is built for both motion graphics and for compositing. There are some very cool new possibilities there. I'm very excited to see what they do with it. Some people on the internet are a little bit like, why does it cost more than After Effects per month when you get After Effects and Premiere Pro and everything else? Probably because they're a tiny team and they're not selling millions of software licenses like Adobe is. But anyway, so yeah, there, we mentioned it, folks. I hear that Chris Franos is definitely on board to make Lockdown and Composite Brush for it. At least that's what he said on Twitter. He said definitely he was on 100% doing it. It's definitely what he said, and not that he's going to wait and see how things go first.
Jump in with both feet, everyone.
No, it does support OpenFX, so so there is possibilities for some of your favorite After Effects plugins to end up over there, but we'll just see.
Let's see, Seth, where have you sent me RBF before? Is it saved in our directory anywhere? It's got.
You probably want to use SOB if you're just attaching something to your face, but.
Oh, maybe I have SOB installed.
RBF I can find real quick. Hang on, let me see. RBF.
SOB is to stabilize on boundaries, right?
Yeah, hang on. Where do I go to computer, applications, Adobe.
I can look to see if you've ever stored it on our folder too.
All right, RBF and SOB, here they come.
You have SOB. I just got like 60 videos of Seth crying to camera.
I don't know why I send you those. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, man. I mean,
here they come in the show.
In the show thing.
There you go.
The show, a little behind the scenes for you.
So
awesome.
RBF gets applied straight to a layer that's had the mask tracking with facial details done. SOB gets attached to any layer, and then you just specify what layer is the RBF layer, or is the tracked layer.
I love it. Okay. Whoops, that's my fonts directory. Where is the Adobe directory? Let's see, what time is it? Oh, we're now. Ooh,
oh, we are. Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Well,
everybody.
Exciting. I thought a fun discussion, and I really did appreciate the interaction today, ladies and gentlemen.
I like you giving it the voice.
The Eekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Eekend. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching our show. As always, we'll see you next week.